Lost in Talks podcast. Welcome. Episode 23, 22?
23.
23.
No, it's not 24.
24 is
23.
24 is next week.
It's 23.
If you are available, we will be getting lit for Kobe.
Oh,
Episode 24.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, we're getting lit for Kobe. So
Yeah. If you want to come by again for
if you're in the hood,
for the double
I'm
guest.
not around.
For episode
free.
81, we should do 81 shots.
yo, I'm about it.
80. Holy shit.
And episode 40, we're doing
Bro, I gotta
Edward
work.
40 hands.
I gotta wake up.
Yeah, that's happening for sure, yeah.
Yeah, while we do the pod, we're gonna have to get somebody else to hit the buttons and shit.
Yo, the day I walked down and I saw both the 40s taped onto your hands, I was like,
You know I was real, bro.
that's crazy. It's still
Zach doesn't know about that. He's like, what the fuck, yo? Yo, I do this, yo. People don't know
You
that.
did the
yo.
Edward 40s?
I've done Edward 40 hands several times. Maybe
I've never done that.
I'm gonna say several.
I've never done that, so I've never had that crazy experience.
We want to.
Everyone that has done that has told me about it has said they blacked out. So
I usually don't have the worst experiences. I've been pretty lit though.
It's better than the walk, for sure.
Oh yeah,
the walk is worse?
Yeah, the walk is worse than Edward 40 hands
Really?
for sure. And
Like
that's mainly
the
because you're not walking.
The hangover is the worst, or the whole experience? You mean?
The whole experience.
True.
The only thing with Edward 40 hands is that you get like kind of sick of the malt liquor because it has a different taste, so it's kind of gross.
I only
you know
had
what
a
mean?
40
And it gets
once.
cold. I mean, warm.
And it gets warm because
Yeah.
it's in your hands all day.
same.
Ugh. I only had
I
a
think
40 malt liquor once.
Really? Eh?
That shit cheap though.
Well, pull up for episode
It's
40.
nasty.
You
I
guys
can't
can,
trust any alcohol in a plastic bottle.
It's not a plastic. It's a glass.
Is it glass?
It's a glass bottle.
Yeah.
It's a nice bottle.
Yeah.
It's a genuinely nice
Yeah.
bottle. I've always liked
It's a nice bottle.
yeah.
Yeah.
the old English bottles.
Yeah.
Anyways, welcome again to the Lost in Talks podcast, episode 23. Thank you for listening today, folks. We have Sampreeth in the building. I'm only saying that because you've seen him before, so there's no need for him to really.
Introduce.
A couple
Yeah.
pods ago.
Introduce
I don't
himself.
remember the number, but it was
Yeah.
earlier on last year.
It was whatever. It doesn't matter.
It was a good one too.
It's a good pod though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully we
That was a
can-
long one. Holy, I
can
think that one was like
do that
almost
again.
3 hours.
13.
You remember? Yeah.
13
Zach
hours?
would know.
13th episode.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
so
think
10
you're
episodes
right.
ago.
I think
10
you're right.
episodes ago.
Okay, true.
So that's what you're saying, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every
eh?
10 weeks you pop your head?
That's it.
Every 10
Yeah.
weeks?
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay. That's pretty lit. How's how the mandem doing today, yo?
I'm okay. I was waiting for someone else to say something.
Yeah, we're good, man.
You
Everybody's
guys did
good,
a
yeah.
shoot today, so you guys had a more interesting day than me.
Yeah.
I was just
It
on a
was-
computer.
I mean, yeah. How do you like? I'm tired,
Yeah.
but it was a no stress day. So
Yeah.
compared to the other ones that
Yeah.
we've
I had
done,
this.
it was
Yeah, I had the same body tiredness, but as our previous shoots. But yeah, it wasn't as stressful though.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking about this after we wrapped the documentary. I actually tweeted about this. I feel like our earlier shoots that we did, like Make Me Move and those other ones, they were just like the longest days ever. So we've been through like possibly the longest days you could
Oh,
a
for
human
sure.
could fucking work.
Yeah.
for sure.
And so we've been through the worst. So I feel like everything now is just light. Like
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
like
we
way
started
easier.
shooting at 3. We finished at 7.
Yeah.
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 7:30. No, 8.
8 or almost. Yeah. 8.
I remember you had to like on the last day of Make Me Move, you had to wake up at like 5 a.m. to like do the abandoned train shot or whatever, and then you had to fucking hop on a flight to India the same day.
Yeah.
That was the next
crazy.
day.
Or,
No,
or
so
whatever it
Yeah.
was.
we
Yeah.
shot the first day. Then we
Yeah.
finished at midnight that day.
Yeah.
We woke up at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
shoot that scene. Went back to sleep for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then woke up at 9. Then we had our second day. Finished at 12 again, I think. And then you had to go on. Oh, no.
We finished at 12. No,
Yeah.
we finished late.
Yeah.
We finished after
Something
12.
like
Yeah.
that. I don't remember.
Right?
It was like lack of
Because
sleep.
that's when we were doing the Millie Rock and Ian was getting a little. Like, yo, we're not done shooting.
Ian was being
yet.
predictable.
It was actually legitimate because it was just,
Yeah.
you're so tired, you're just
Yeah.
being stupid at that
Yeah.
point. So
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
not done to shoot and we're
You're slacking.
shooting
Yeah.
like
Eats
stupid
cheese.
stuff. That's not even on the list. Anyways,
So what does this have to do with anything?
yeah, what?
I don't know.
So is this in the? I hope this is in.
Flipping through the shot list.
Yeah, where is this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I, didn't
I don't
this in
see man's doing fucking nonsense with
In the treatment.
yeah. A wide of man's doing bullshit. I don't see this. So.
Well, it worked out.
a
'cause
wide
we-
shot.
We
and then I
used
dropped you guys home, and then
Yeah.
I packed my bag and I didn't sleep.
yeah. Oh, okay. So you
Jeez.
okay? Yeah, I remember.
Well, how long's the flight?
To India, I don't know. How long is that?
you were sleeping on the
Minimum.
I'm
flight?
guessing you were sleeping, right?
Yeah, I was dead
Yeah,
tired
I
that
can
day. That's
imagine, yeah.
crazy.
That's
Oh,
probably
okay.
the best thing you could hope for to be on a plane, though. Actually,
That's
to
one
be
of my
just
favorite
dead
things to
tired, so you
do.
could just like knock out. Because I used to
yeah.
sleep a lot on planes, but now I haven't been able to recently, and I feel like I just need to be like dead tired now. To, just maximize that time on. Because what else are you gonna do on a plane? Like,
Those are the
Yeah.
best moments though. When you're so tired, you hop on a flight, you go to sleep, and then you wake up when you're landing. You're somewhere else. It's like a dream.
Yeah.
You know? It's
I know
amazing.
what you guys mean, but that's not how it was. That's not definitely not how it was.
Yeah.
Bro, and I got off the plane. I got to my hostel. Yo, I remember I walked up to my hostel at like 3 a.m. Literally, rats parted
That's
ways
wild.
so that I
That's
could find the
wild.
path.
I can't do the rest.
I was like, all right,
Disgusting, yo.
that's what I'm saying.
Like when I went to New York City, I thought there was too many rats. So I don't even want to imagine what that's like.
Jeez.
That was like disgusting.
Anyways, I'm not trying to relive those stressful times in my life.
Yeah, yo.
Jeez.
But
okay,
go
go on.
get it. Would you like
Yeah.
to?
No, I can't do it. Kevin has to.
no.
No. We're not talking about it.
Are we talking about it?
Go.
All right. Well, yeah, I'll keep it short and sweet. Basically, me and myself and Kevin and the rest of the guys got money this year to do an art exhibition at Nuit Blanche.
Nice.
Nuit Blanche 2020 in
It's kind of
Scarborough.
cool, I guess.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
It's just a cool,
Something like.
5 figures.
Hey.
Hey.
Well, whatever.
Yeah, but
I don't think they heard that, but whatever. It's fine.
yeah. I don't
Something
know.
like-
I'm thinking we should do like a. I don't know. It's always nice to think about it, but like some sort of BTS, like a road to Nuit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because there's gonna be nonstop shenanigans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Everything's gonna go wrong.
Oh yeah. Because I didn't realize until we started actually thinking about how much we don't know, how much this idea is gonna work or not. It's
Yeah.
In theory, it seems good, and then you just don't. It's one of those things like you're not trying to actually think about if you can do it until you actually get the money anyway. So now we
Yeah.
do have it. So
Yeah.
Now we actually start.
Now you have to
think-
actually do this
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
So it's just
So
like,
now we have
fuck.
to actually start thinking about it.
The crazy thing about TAC and OAC is, like, they send you the email, but it says nothing. It's just like, oh, check your account.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, did I take an L? Did I get this money? There's no sign. But when you log into the account, like, you kind of see it where it's like you have to fill out the final project like tracking form.
Yeah.
And if you see that it's there, you're like, oh wait, what's this form
is
I have
this?
to fill out? It's like, oh, did I get the money? And then you click it and you're like, oh shit, like,
Racks.
this is crazy.
Racks.
But man, the whole lead up, like, has Kevin told you about how we submitted that grant?
Yeah, I've heard the stories.
Bro, my heart has never beated that
Yeah.
fast in my life.
I heard the stories.
God.
Yeah. Those Kobe's, you know what I mean?
Those
That-
Kobe.
Those Kobe's, yeah.
That Mamba mentality.
Watch
Last
it
minute,
over us.
fourth quarter,
That's literally what it was.
down 3.
I'm
2
glad,
seconds
though.
left. You got to get it. You know what I mean?
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Well,
It's gonna be
congratulations.
crazy. It's a crazy project.
Congratulations, boys.
Yeah, I think
Thanks,
it's gonna
man.
do some great for Scarborough arts.
The ends, yes.
Yeah,
That's what it's
like
about.
I think it's literally gonna be not one of the first, but one of the more important pieces to really actually talk about the history and culture of Scarborough.
Yeah, it's actually about. It's like by Scarborough artists for sure, but it's about Scarborough.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's what I'm talking
like
about.
you know our previous work, we relate it in a way directly. You know, you can say how this relates to what we do just by us being from Scarborough, but this one I think is very much like actually informative. You know, I think that's the thing that I realized that people might not outside of Scarborough might not understand what Scarborough Arts is because there hasn't been the identity formed yet in the art with the context of the history. It's just been, here's the art piece, this is what it's been inspired by, you know, but it's not like there hasn't been that connection yet, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Where like we have to get to that point where you can say, oh, this shit's from Scarborough, and you know what it means. People don't actually know. They know that they're seeing people of color. They don't know the aesthetic yet, you know?
Exactly. Well, I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, just shit like this makes you feel better.
Yeah.
About what you're doing on a regular basis. You're like, oh shit. I'm like, I know I'm not waste, but now I know I'm not waste.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, that's good. And I'm very excited to see what comes from this, and you know, like what the future holds.
Yeah.
For the ends.
Yeah.
It's so crazy too, because I was hyped for like an hour,
Yeah.
and I was like, all right. Actually, I have shit to do. Like, I need to get work done. Like,
Exactly. You
I
know what
can't
mean?
waste time right here.
It's all good, yo.
Yeah. I
Again,
don't know.
once this whole process is done, after Nuit Blanche, you can be like, okay, like now, you know what? Now we can get lit, or we might be lit at Nuit Blanche, but
Yeah, no, it's always. I mean, you take time to reflect, and you're like, yo,
Yeah.
we actually did this. It's crazy.
yeah,
I don't know, man. It is crazy. It is.
But yeah, even
it's
like
super crazy.
I don't think I fully processed like the wave event that we've done.
Yeah,
yet,
no,
though,
I
either.
haven't.
No,
Yeah.
you
Like
guys
I sometimes like I thought about it the other day.
I can
I'm
tell
like,
you guys haven't yet.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, no, we'll talk
Yeah.
about
No,
that at some point.
we left that day after, and for a month, like some of that stuff's still on my.
Yeah, because this
like,
month
every day.
kind of just flew. After that day, like we talked about it last week. Like
Yeah.
this month was just done. You know?
Done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I thought February I thought that there's more things to get done in February, but you know it's fine.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Even like the turnaround for this grant was super fast. What was it? Beginning.
Yeah, we've submitted.
And
in,
no,
what,
mid-January.
Yeah.
So a month and a half. You don't usually hear back that fast. And like,
Yeah,
if you asked me a month and a half ago, like, are you gonna be doing Nuit Blanche this year? It would be, wait, what?
Yeah.
Because we only decided to do the grant,
Yeah.
whatever, the week before the
Yeah.
yeah,
thing was due. So it is funny how, like, I mean, we haven't had a big public art exhibition, right? We're more filmmakers than we are.
That was the thing that
Installation
got
artists,
me
right?
was when we got Nuit Blanche, I was thinking about how would I explain this to like the version of me 10 years ago? Because you already need the context of me to be like, okay, yeah, you became a musician,
Yeah,
you know, and it's like, oh, now you also extended that to be, you know, to do Nuit Blanche. Like
Yeah.
it still doesn't make sense, the connections, but what we've done in the past 10 years, even though it seems like it isn't a lot, sometimes you realize like how much we've built already,
man.
just
and
on
it's
that, you
it's
know.
stuff. All the stuff that everybody's just been doing has been leading up to moments like these. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like where you just think back, shit. Well, a few weeks ago, again, you guys just had your first wave event.
Yeah.
And now this is going to be like your next
Yeah.
big project, and it's a nice big level up from
Yeah.
what you guys were just doing.
Yeah,
You know what
everything
I mean?
is gradual. Yeah,
Exactly.
It's nice because I didn't think I'd do, like, graduate the mediums I work in, like, so quickly. And
Yeah.
I was like, when I'm 40, 50, I'm gonna
Exactly, I
branch
thought-
into
yeah.
Yeah.
pottery, you know.
Yeah.
But now it's like, oh, I got to think about programming and
Yeah.
materials and all this stuff.
Yeah.
you know.
Exactly. Exactly.
even with
Super
the
cool.
community stuff, like I didn't know that we would be integrating that into our artistic careers so quickly. I thought it'd be.
I
you
thought
know,
it would be
when
more
you have,
time,
Yeah, you have
you know what I
racks,
mean?
then you're ready to give back. You know.
Yeah. When you're like, again, 40,
Yeah.
50.
Yeah.
When things hopefully are working out a lot better, then you're like, okay, yeah, I can give back to the community now.
Yeah.
But that
No.
now I get it because
Yeah.
people used to always say, like, you just got to make it a part of your everyday life, like the way in which you approach things, right? It's like,
Yeah.
you don't have to make money to give back, and now I get it.
Yeah.
Like,
Facts. I understand too.
you just integrate it into your life, and it is super rewarding.
Yeah,
Like I was
for
telling Sean the other day at your show, like, it is, as much as like it's I feel good personally if I get a grant for myself. The most feel good part is like, yo, everyone's doing something sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You see everyone coming up, and
Exactly.
we're all doing things together, and you know, we've been at it for so long and nothing happened. To see everyone kind of coming up at the same time and like
Yeah.
forming that community as we go is like super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Because you have ownership over
Yeah.
the place that you're in.
Exactly. Exactly.
I think that's always been the thing is like, yeah, like we've just wanted the pieces to kind of fall in because we've seen the pieces, like we've seen what we can contribute. We've seen what, you know, the setting that we're working with, and we've seen what other people are doing. And I've always seen like that there could be, you know, ways that we could fit everything together, and it would, and like now we're finally doing that, where the only reason it makes sense that we can do something like Nuit Blanche now is because of the way that we kind of set up everything that we've done now.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or else it just doesn't make sense. But we've been able to transfer our skills into everything because we've just been able to, you know, put people where they need to be.
Exactly.
You know?
Everybody's doing their part. And
Yeah.
It's everybody's elevating at once, so we're all growing, and that way,
Exactly, yeah.
when stuff comes for Nuit Blanche, for example, then you know, okay, I can rely on this person for this. I can rely on this person for that.
We're
You know
not
what I mean?
stressed, and we're not. We don't feel like we can't accomplish anything because we know how much of a network we've had to create all these things now, right?
Exactly.
I think the other thing is, I was thinking about this the other day, like the culture, the arts culture that we grew up in, it's like really built around social media, obviously, right? And so we talk about this a lot, where it's like, okay, are you big as an artist because you know a lot of people and you're good at networking, or are you big as an artist because you're truly talented?
Yeah.
And it's nice for us, at least for me personally, to do it this way, where it's like, I know I'm not like huge on social media or whatever, but to apply to grants and get money consistently for me is like a meritocracy type of way. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
getting
exactly
judged
how I feel
on my
about it too.
merits
Yeah,
of this artwork as a concept
Yeah.
and as an idea, as opposed to me getting money because I knew someone who thought I was a nice person. Or
Yeah.
whatever,
I feel
you
it.
know?
yeah. Like
Okay.
it's like I want to be an artist, and then people nowadays would immediately think, okay, how do I gain clout, rather than how do I bolster my ideas? And I think that's what grants have allowed us to do. And grant, I feel like that grant, like again, it's just these little things that, like, if it wasn't for grants, if it wasn't for Canada being one of the leading countries in the world for grants, like, we wouldn't exist, you know, because we wouldn't be able to, we wouldn't have any funding for any of these things because nobody would be giving us money, you know. The fact that we can not only get money for the merit of our project, but then also that we are getting it, it's given us the confidence to know that we can do these things.
Yes.
And then also that we can just keep growing and getting, you know, more and more. Like things like Q, like how, you know, they give you the starter grant to get you used to, it really does help. Like, you think that, you know, $1,000 can't help you with like $100,000, but the steps are there, like 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, like
Exactly.
you know how to, you know what I mean?
It's stuff
like-
people aren't thinking
yeah,
about a lot of
yeah.
the time. It's stuff that people aren't thinking
It
about.
actually does help,
And
like, because
everybody
the
wants
thing.
the big bucks, but it's like you need to figure out how to work with the smaller amounts first. It's levels.
And it's the same budget.
Levels.
Yeah.
It's levels.
It's the same template. It's the same worksheet. It gets bigger, obviously, but it's the same workflow. You know what I mean? It's the same things you're thinking about.
Exactly. It's just all levels, man. Levels.
And I think, I feel like grants, it just helps your work be better too, because it makes you think about why you're actually doing it, rather than, you know, I'm making this because I want so many people to like it or whatever. No, but if you have to actually explain yourself, you know, then you know. When you have to explain yourself, first of all, like when you finish the application, you can probably tell if your idea is good or not.
Yeah.
But then the fact when you get the money back, then you know it's a good idea, like 100%, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you don't get the money, then you can still, I mean, you know, the arts councils don't give you information, but like the other ones, they'll give you feedback, right?
They'll give you some feedback as
Yeah.
well. But yeah, man, that's why I fuck with the grant system here. It's not only just because of everything that you guys talk about, but it's just about, again, just building up that confidence in you as an artist, and you, whatever you decide to apply for and try to do, you get to build up that confidence and you get to figure out who you are.
Yeah.
You are then able to talk about yourself, talk about what you've created, talk about what you want to do in the future as well, and all your different plans that you may have. It's just a really good way to, beyond getting money and creating cool shit, it's a good way for you to find yourself, and just really understand that you can do this. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
You can genuinely do this, and you'll be able to do this for a long time, as long as you're able to put in the work.
Yeah.
Like
That was the biggest thing for me, was like, wait, all you need to do is put in the time to finish this application and you can get money, because that was never something that was available to us, where it's like, no, just put the time in and you'll put the work in and you can get money.
Because the
It's
world's
always
not
been
that
like
fair.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's always been like, yeah, you can put the work in, but if this person doesn't see it, or if you know,
Yeah.
like if these people aren't feeling it, then yeah, you're not sorry. You know, they just had a bad day, so you're not getting your money. You know? Which happens with grand juries
Yeah,
and stuff,
for
I'm
sure.
sure. But
Yeah.
like, it's a lot more objective, though. You know, especially because when you think about, you know, like imagine, you know, you want to record an album and you need $10,000. Either you need to try and get a label as attention, or you can get a grant, right? And like the steps it takes to get a label's attention are just like,
And then what's the reward?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that too is you're selling yourself to them when you do it too, right?
Exactly.
Like with the grant money, it's like you don't owe anybody
Exactly.
anything.
It's just nice to have avenues for everyone to be successful, right? So if you're not a social person, or at least like crazy social person, then it's nice to even the battlefield with some other ways that you can get money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never been the type to. I never really liked the whole networking events, because I'm like, I don't really. I hate to say it, I don't
I want
really
to make a
fuck
point
with
about
people.
grants. Actually, I feel like
You know?
I wish there was another way to submit grants, because it's focused on writing.
Yeah.
If you're not the strongest writer, you're kind of losing in the grant world. You know what I mean? So I wish there was an alternative to just writing, because that's why the whole grant writer thing exists.
I submitted
So
an application for a residency, and it was just like it was a combination of like Dropbox paper, that's like their Google Drive equivalent, or Docs, and so they just wanted you to get using that Dropbox, but it's just like they wanted you to just create like a blank. It's just like blank canvas, and like you put it whatever you want in there, and they had some templates. So it's
that's
like
the one you showed me.
yeah, so you could put your bio and like photos and demo, like so it's a
Right.
lot more free form. You can put charts, and you can put like you know what I mean. I feel like that would help people's creativity too, when you can like you know just have a free space.
Yeah.
It's not so much about the words. It's
it-
just
yeah.
about the presentation too. Because then people who are like, especially with artists, like if part of your strength is, you know, your ability to like present information in a way that's creative, you know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Yeah.
you guys are really great writers, so you have the advantage in grants for sure.
Yeah.
So you guys are blessed there. You guys should be grant writers, actually.
Yeah, man. Said
Now
that
that
several times.
now that you've
I
gotten,
was thinking
now
about.
that,
I was literally thinking about it the other day,
now
and
that you
I
guys
was
have
just
gotten
like,
a few.
it's just- it doesn't seem like a. I don't.
I was
know.
about to say,
That's
I
the thing is,
don't-
I don't like it though.
Yeah,
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
That shit
I
is
like it when I'm
stressful.
talking about myself
Yeah.
because I know what I'm talking.
And it's how are you gonna reflect
Yeah.
somebody else's vision
That's the
and what
thing.
they want to do?
Yeah, like,
that's
I don't-
that's a whole art in itself.
Yeah,
you know
I don't
what
get how
mean?
the process works because it's like
Yeah.
you enter with somebody and it's like, okay, you got to give me all the information
Yeah.
that you were gonna put in this fucking application anyway.
It's kind of weird. It's a
So,
different. Yeah, it's kind of
It's
weird.
like tell me about your history. Tell me, you know what I mean? Like tell me this
Yeah.
project. Like
You might
Yeah.
as well do it yourself.
Yeah.
Fail a couple times and figure it out. You know what I mean?
It's true. That's
You
true.
might as well. It's again like going off of your point where you want other ways to do it. It makes sense, but as well, it's good for you also to practice your writing. You know what
Yeah, I mean, there's some people who are just born to not be a good good
1,000%.
writers.
But at the end of the
and
day,
they
like,
can still.
that also shouldn't be your excuse, if you will.
But
as
the
to
thing with
why.
those grants too is for most of them you can
It
do
can be.
point form and stuff. So
Yeah,
That's-
yeah.
yeah.
A lot of them, not a lot of them are asking for the most in depth, and they're not asking for crazy word amounts or anything like that. They're asking for just information on what the fuck you want to do.
Yeah.
you know.
That's true.
Yeah, I like the question also is like, I totally agree. Everyone has different strengths.
Yeah, everyone has different strengths,
yeah.
Writes their ideas down in different ways, but it's like, if you're a bad writer, there's two reasons why you can be a bad writer. It's like, one, you actually just like have difficulty with the grammar and
Yeah.
putting things together, and that's fine. The other is you're not able to articulate your ideas well
Yeah,
enough.
yeah.
And
Exactly.
that's something that
And that's
everyone
the
can
point.
work on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
That's the
true,
thing that
right?
grants literally
That's
help with.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
It's
Like
just-
you need to be able to
Yeah.
build up that strength through this process of failure.
I just know that there's a lot of successful people that have never need to write at a level like that, and they can articulate their ideas fine. They run Fortune 500 companies, and they're fine.
Yeah.
They just don't need to write. They have other people write for them. That's
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when it comes to the grants, like you got to write for yourself. So. I mean, yeah, no, like it's fine. Like I get your point. You know,
Yeah.
if you're bad at it, practice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. But I
I
feel
do
like
agree
you
with
are
you.
at a bit of
I
a
guess I would,
disadvantage, a
like,
little bit. You know what I mean?
wouldn't mind being like a grant editor. You know, like for
Yeah.
people like that who aren't so confident about their writing, I wouldn't mind helping with grammar and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I don't feel comfortable
That makes more sense,
shaping somebody's idea or like coming up with their own thesis for them or something, you know, unless we're talking together or like if I'm involved in the project in some way or something.
Yeah, that makes
That's a
sense.
good
That makes
point.
sense.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Like Grant, that's why, like Grant writer, I'm like, yo, like you're gonna give me this blank page and like for your project, like,
Yeah.
you know, I don't get what that means. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what do you want me to do?
Or just come in it for just come in it as if you are an editor, come in it with
then
some
also-
experience. Be like, this could help you.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
might want to try this instead.
Yeah, like I don't mind giving people tips.
yeah, some
shit
advice,
like that,
shit like
You
that.
get paid if you don't get it though.
You
How does that
should.
work?
Yeah, you do get.
But when
paid.
you feel bad if you did write a grant and then the artist didn't get it,
nah, because you. Asked
I know
me to
you
do
would
it.
say no, but when it like from the artist knowing being on the other side,
All
being
I would say
rejected.
is you should have did it then. like
Okay.
what the fuck?
I would feel bad.
You-
for
I
sure.
Yeah.
wouldn't feel completely bad.
I know you wouldn't. I already knew your answer like 5 minutes ago.
My bad. I'm predictable.
But I would also like, the artist gets your draft before it's submitted, right? So if they think, oh, this is a hot application, like I'm really happy with this, and I'm really happy with it, then it's like
That's what it
take
is.
the L, you know.
That's true.
Because
And
again,
everybody
as
else take
we were
L's.
just saying, sometimes it's not even about what you wrote. You know what
That's
I mean?
right, that's
Sometimes
right.
the person that gets it is just like
Yeah.
they don't align with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's what it is sometimes.
Yeah.
I think with these, this whole grant writing business, like I feel like we could dismantle it if we gave out our tips, because I feel like
Grant
that's all it comes down
masterclass.
to.
Yo, you guys
Just
ready?
people just don't know they just don't know the shortcuts sometimes, and that's all it takes.
I feel like you guys
in
can
most
offer a
cases,
lot
you know?
more advice than like no offense to those workshops
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
go to where they teach you how to write grant.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
really. You guys
Yeah.
offer better knowledge than those people.
Genuine knowledge.
Yeah,
without
like
spelling
remember,
mistakes.
like yeah, and never mind. I'm not even gonna talk bad about anybody, but we went to a few things where I don't know. They're just giving generic pointers.
Yeah,
Like,
you know.
That's it,
Anyways,
I'm
what
just-
were you saying, Kevin, before the cutoff there?
Yeah, treatments. Yeah, like how did you guys learn about treatments?
Treatments. My first treatment experience was, when was it? Before I went to Centennial. I was trying to figure out the whole music video game and stuff like that, and then I hit up this guy I used to go to high school with, fucking Jackson Peril. I hit him up, and he was the first person that ever told me about treatments and grants. And
So like I feel like they're in the same kind of conversation
Yeah.
of things that people don't talk about. They're starting to be talked about a little bit, in the
Yeah,
past couple
exactly.
years or whatever. But I feel like they were things that, for some reason, that's not something that an aspiring artist had heard about
exactly
within the first year, 2 years of their career. There's people who I know now who haven't heard of a grant, and they've been doing this shit for how long?
for how
You know what
long?
I mean?
Exactly, yeah,
And it's not even their fault. Like,
exactly.
so yeah.
But he was the first person that I heard those things from. He kind of told me he couldn't really explain the whole grant situation, but he's like, just look into it, and never really did until later. But then he told me more about the treatments, and he sent me one of his for a project that he'd been working on. So I kind of got the idea. And then from there, I didn't really use them ever again until I got really serious. So I started using them again in when working like with you guys, and then when I went to Centennial again. That was my main stuff. Yeah, that was it.
True. The first time I looked at a treatment was probably like a professional one. Was I think when you had a couple from your old spot you used to work.
Yeah.
So when I was looking at those, that's kind of the first time I actually took in what that was visually. I mean, and then after that, I just applied that practice to almost. It's just a good way to organize your concept. You know what I mean? Because like.
It's one of it's
You don't
one of,
have
it's my
scripts,
it's
so-
like one of my favorite parts.
See that,
the
yeah,
whole
because
thing.
that's like when you break it down, like grants are very easy to explain. Treatments are really easy to explain, like what they're for. But I feel like when they sound like industry talk or something, so sometimes people can be turned off from it, or it sounds like something that you don't need to worry about until you like are important or something. You know?
You should be doing it
Yeah.
as soon as right away.
Yeah.
Well,
Right away.
Ian touches on a really interesting point, though. It's like the first one he saw were the ones that I shared with you guys, which were big artists, big production companies.
That's true.
You knew
Those,
they were gonna
those were
get
the
made.
biggest ones I had seen.
But that's that's probably what's most important about learning how to do these things. It's not about like what's your approach. It's what's an example of something that's already worked.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is
facts.
a big production that's gonna happen, And then for me, for like grants, it was also like, oh, here's my grant that I got.
Yeah.
This is what a successful application looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And then you know what your bar is.
Yeah.
If you know you're hitting that bar and you're not getting the grants, then you know you just got some bad luck.
Yeah.
But at least you're hitting the bar and you know it's a matter of time. I think that's the most useful thing that we don't have access to now. And I've been thinking about it over the past few months. Like, oh, I got a website. I just drop all my applications on there, both the successes and the failures. Just
cause
open source it. Who cares?
Yeah.
Jeez, imagine.
Exactly.
I'm
stopping you
thinking
from doing
about it.
that.
I just don't have a good place to put them where it will be useful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
I had a random thought while you guys were talking about that, about why don't more people know about grants. I feel like maybe I'm wrong, but do I feel like maybe, for example, OAC wants to keep it like that? Like they want not as many people, they don't want the masses to know about it. Maybe they're hiding it. You ever thought about that?
I don't
they
think
don't want
about hiding.
25,000 people applying.
I think they,
you know what I mean? Like,
they have the information available. It's whether or not you
Yeah.
decide to.
because bro,
find
all they need to do is put out an ad on Instagram, like, and spend like 10K on that ad, and you could target to artists on Instagram if they really cared about artists seeing it. That's literally all
I get
they
what
need
you're
to
saying.
do. You know that, right?
I don't know if it's that deep. I think what it is they're giving the opportunity to the people that care enough to find out about it.
Because you can target
Yeah.
to literally
Because
musicians on Instagram.
Because at the same
And
time,
they'd
it's
see
like why would they want the masses to know about it? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? At the same time, like
They also want to filter out people.
yeah, because
Yeah.
if everybody knows about it, then you're gonna have whack man.
So they're definitely keeping it a little bit.
Yeah,
you know,
maybe they're
behind the
not.
seenes.
Maybe they're not keeping it behind, but they're not
They're not
going out of
pushing
their-
it. They're
yeah,
not going out of their way to
Yeah.
post up your OAC grant on the fucking billboard at Young and Dundas. So this is the deadline.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they're just saying, here's the information.
Yeah.
So realistically, the
do
only
what
way
you
you're
wanna do
knowing
with it.
about it is word of mouth, for the most part.
Yeah,
it's
man.
probably the main way of
So
finding
we're
out
gonna get on
about it.
top of that. We're gonna get all the wastemans going
Yeah.
and doing their grants. Yeah.
No, don't get me wrong. I get that they don't want like thousands and thousands of people, and then it becomes oversaturated.
Yeah,
then
no,
what
it's
do they do?
understandable.
You know what I mean? So
That's a good point, though. You wonder, because I'm sure if they did get an uptake of grants, though, that like all these organizations work the same way. They use the metrics to get more money from the government,
Yeah.
right? So if they get more applications, they're gonna be like, "Hey, we have a demand for this. Let's try
Yeah.
to put more money into it."
that might work. Yeah.
The question is, why aren't they pushing it out more? That's a good point. Probably, they don't need everyone to know about it.
They don't necessarily, and I also don't think that they themselves, as weird as it sounds, have the resources for it.
Oh, they don't.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
those guys don't get paid, or they get paid really low. I think.
It's not even that.
I talked to an
I feel like
officer.
those
I talked
mans
to a
aren't
guy.
really
They don't get
on,
paid.
but they're not out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
not out here on social media and
That too.
pushing the community, if you will,
Yeah,
on
yeah.
on the social end. You know what I mean? They're doing it for people that know about it, and you're cool. You get to do it, but it's not like they're not like I don't know how to say this. They're
Or
not
they
like-
might be more. They might be more woke. Because I get what you're
maybe
saying.
yeah.
But the reality is, like, I see a lot of them at local community events, Regent Park Film Festival, or whatever. They'll they'll come in and talk to you, give
Yeah.
you their card.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, they know. The reality is, they know these guys on social media are fickle. Yo.
That's facts.
true.
It's
That's
facts. It's
facts.
like you're not.
That's facts.
If you want, the government is funding art projects, right? So you want to fund artists that are representative of your community, of your country, intellectually and in terms of subject matter. What's the best place to do that? You go to the community events where artists who actually are out here in community,
That's
in
your,
person,
That's your target market.
making
Yeah,
an
yeah,
impact
that's
with
right.
young people or whoever it is.
Facts.
It's not social media.
Social
people
media,
who
you're just getting everybody.
are just clout chasers or whatever. Not to say everyone on social media is clout chaser.
Yeah, yeah. But
Good
you're,
enough.
you're getting everybody. You're targeting everybody.
But everybody's
Everybody is to some little degree. Not okay. I can't even say that, but like a lot.
everybody wants a little clout.
I mean,
Yeah.
A speck of clout. You know,
Nah,
just,
there's a couple people who don't have a single piece of social media.
I would.
My
but
boy
people,
Josh
like,
doesn't
I would
have
say
social media.
Most
It's crazy.
Most of
He
the
just
time
has a
I'm
phone
on
number.
social media is for cloud.
That's it, yo.
yeah.
I'm thinking about gaining cloud in some way when
Yeah.
I'm on
Yeah,
social media.
exactly.
Yeah. It's actually wild though.
Every time from all my 5-6 accounts that I have, I'm just, even my burner account, I'm like, yo, this would be a sick meme, a meme page. Like, if I just let mans in, nah, yo, fuck that.
It's a terrible world.
It's an evil world.
That was the priority the kid had today when I talked to him. He's like, yo, here's my name. Give me a like. Like, yo, how old are you? Like,
Don't
6 years
kill
old?
me. That's wild.
That's what he
I
said
had to
today.
tell him, like, yo, you can't, your YouTube channel name cannot be Joseph. I'm never going to find you.
That's what you told him? He told him, it's just Joseph.
Well, I was like,
See,
okay, you
just
want me to give
Joseph
you
would
a
be
life?
sick.
Yeah,
Like,
just Joseph.
how do I, like, oh, I'm down. Let me see your work, you know? Let me support you. I was like, how do I find you? Joseph.
Facts.
He'll
I'm like,
learn, he'll learn.
Sick,
I
man.
was
I'll-
like, first lesson.
He'll
look
learn
that
about
up.
branding, and
Yeah.
you know you can't just pick Joseph.
but he's
Take it
too young
easy
for
with
that.
that.
Yeah, he's too young to understand.
I was like, yo, just hold on to the shoulder mount. Feel it on your shoulder. That's enough to get the seed going.
Get
Yo,
your,
for all you know, you
Yeah.
just
get your
chose his
shoulder
career.
wet.
For
Yo,
sure,
after that, he wants to be a
For
camera,
sure.
camera
Imagine he's
operator now.
in
yo.
a few years, the top shooter.
Shit.
He's just done in me. Like, all my clients are gone.
Yeah, all
yo.
your clients are gone. Yeah. Top shooter. Yo.
I was like, who's taking my clients? Joseph. You don't know Joseph. I'm like,
Yo, like he gets the Instagram handle. It's just Joseph. He's fucking verified. He's fucking verified and shit. You're like,
yeah,
yo,
you're like, fuck, it worked. Yo, this guy proved me wrong. Yo.
that'd be fucking wild.
He's known as Joseph with a period at the end of it.
Yeah.
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 God.
The top
I think I
director
just-
and
yo, I just-
cinematographer.
I created a tyrant just now. I thought I was helping the kid.
That's jokes. Yo.
No, but like,
Crazy.
take it in though. We're getting to that point in our careers where we're gonna start talking to people who they wouldn't be, or they're young and they wouldn't be anywhere. But like 10 years from now, they could be like, hey, you
Yeah, you
were
helped
the,
me.
Yeah,
you're
you're the one who, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
weird, eh?
Because you see it in basketball, you see it so often. You'll see like whoever, like Devin Booker or Karl Anthony Towns in like high school with like
Yeah.
Chris Paul or something.
Yeah.
And you know, or somebody even, and they're like 2 years difference, you know, and now they're just like you wouldn't even know they're like different ages, but there was like such a difference between them being like an anonymous like high school student and an
That's
NBA
jokes.
player, you know.
It's just wild, yo.
Yeah.
That is wild. And again, it's one of those things where it's like, I see that becoming our futures. You know what I mean? So it's just like I just make sure I'm genuine.
Yeah.
Just make sure I'm genuine. I just show whoever I need to show love. You know what I mean? And if you're showing me love, I'll show it back. And I like helping people, so ask away. You know?
Yeah.
I don't care. Any knowledge I have that might be helpful, I'll
Yeah.
gladly swing.
Yeah.
You know?
Like anybody listening to this or watching this, like literally, if you have any random questions and it seems like we might have an answer, you just comment or something.
Yeah, yo. We might have an answer, might not.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah.
But that would be sick. Like for our podcast, I would just like to see like questions, you know?
Yeah,
like,
no,
like
for sure.
I want men to like send in their grant and like, you know, like
I will
shit,
dissect it on the
yeah,
pod.
yeah, in the YouTube comments. You know what I mean?
Jeez.
Like I
No,
feel
that
like
would be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy. That's the future. yo.
No, that's the community that we're trying to build. It's just,
Yeah, no, it's
like
soon.
like
Soon.
open.
Teach-
I feel
yeah,
like that's
yeah.
the open line of communication. I feel like with that, like that's the main point with the, like these grants and treatments and stuff. Is
Yeah.
like that's been the thing that's been missing. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like these things aren't scary, and you can do them if you know what everything is like, what each part is asking for. You know.
Exactly. Exactly. I would, again, one day, probably sooner than we know, I would like to have, one of those events where mans just talk to the youth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the youth, and just tell them what's good, or not even just the youth, but whoever is just interested in the industry, just to gain some more knowledge and stuff like that. Not that we have all the knowledge in the
Yeah.
world, but we have experience in trying to bring up what's happening in Scarborough. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's not something that a
Yeah.
lot of people are necessarily doing.
Well,
you
for
know what I
us, I think it's like we know what it's like to be in high school and have no idea what we're doing.
Exactly.
So we know that if we walked into high school right now, there are probably a couple of kids like us who who could be where we are now, but they're exactly where we were, where they just knew, they had no idea because nobody presented it to them, you know?
Exactly.
So sometimes I think about that. It's like, what if I went back and like helped or told the younger version of me about this so long ago, you know what I mean? Like that's what we could be doing.
Yeah, we should try to set something up for like September though, for the new school year that's coming, just for whether it be at a high school or just something else, if we just have an event ourselves. just have some people come in. We could just talk, yo.
Yeah.
You can have us. You know what I mean?
We got some library links. They said they'd spread the
Yeah?
word.
Okay, then.
But I wonder what the best way to do it is. Like,
Yeah.
you want to go straight to high school? You want to do something?
I like the high school vibes, but I also like just a nice, small, intimate.
Like
Community
even at the
type
Wave
thing.
event, like there were a bunch of artists in there that were, I would say, our age or even a bit younger, who were like, "This is the first time I've come to any gallery show in Scarborough. This is amazing."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, like we can say that out loud or put it on a grant and it sounds nice, but then when you hear somebody actually say it, you're like, oh fuck, we're actually making a difference.
It's crazy. Yeah, I would love to do that.
Yeah.
Just to meet more people from here
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
that are.
Well, honestly, yo.
Because I feel like
Yeah,
the
I think
biggest
we're
thing
gonna
with
do it.
Scarborough is it's never been about the talent, it's just been about the resources, like being, or not even like just the, you can do this. What's the
Yeah.
word for that? You know, like the
Confidence, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah.
It's the confidence, this stride. I don't know.
Like the awareness that you could act like this can actually be a
This
career.
this could be
Yeah.
your reality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not that far away. It's not as
Yeah.
far away as you think it is.
Yeah. I feel
Yeah,
like
that's the thing. That's the thing is like, you gotta believe that you have like you're meeting the benchmark that you need to meet.
exactly.
Like,
yeah.
we don't think we're qualified for Nuit, like, but it's like,
But like then when you think about it, it's like if anyone else, if anybody who else?
else?
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
it's like you both don't believe it, and you're like, yo, but I crushed this though.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so why not? You know?
That's where I'm at right now. Like I criticize myself, but I also know that I'm better than everybody else. You know?
It's
also know
facts though.
that there-
No,
yeah.
it's facts though, because you have to say that, and you have to be able to say that out loud confidently, like
Yeah.
you just did.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people can't.
Yeah.
Because you know what they do? They play the whole "I'm trying to be humble" thing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, yo, shut up about your being humbleness, because a lot of the humble dudes, I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what you have done to help me in the community. Yeah, you might be doing your own thing with your humble ass in LA, but that's not helping. that's not helping other people in the community here in Scarborough
Yeah.
or the city at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I appreciate shit like that personally. Just because I'm just like, it shows me that you have the confidence, and now I wonder, where is that confidence coming from? Like, why do you feel like you
Exactly,
can fucking
yeah.
say that?
Yeah.
Let me look up on Kevin A. What's he saying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, Nuit Blanche.
Yeah.
Oh, Wave. Oh, Tropic. Oh, okay. That's why he could talk that
That's
shit.
what I mean. Yeah. Like
You know what I mean? What did you do
once
today?
you start putting it into action, you're like, oh yeah, no, I can back it up.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. You don't need to. Yeah, you don't need to be. There's no need to be celebrating it all the time. 'Cause
Exactly.
What does that help? You know.
Yeah, I'm not saying celebrate. I'm saying be confident
Yeah.
in, what you bring to the table.
Just be. Yeah. Know what you're doing. Yeah.
Know what the fuck you're doing. That's one of the things I've learned just being in not only just this industry, but just growing up, is a lot of the time it's like, as you get older, what it's really about at the end of the day, when it comes to money and stuff like that, and trust and being successful, is just how much money people can trust you with. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like how you're leveling up. So you'll start off with your low grant and you'll figure it out, and then soon you move up in figures. You know what I mean? So that just goes to show you and other people how much money that they can just throw at you without having to ask too many questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how it is, yo. That's how I see shit.
That's facts. Yeah.
That's how I see shit. I don't know. You could be humble and shit, but
There's a balance. I think
there's definitely a
you can't be a
balance.
total, like,
There's definitely a balance, but at the
ass.
same time, you should be able to talk your shit when it comes to your shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I don't want to not hear from the man that I know is amazing, but he doesn't want to speak up because he's humble. He doesn't want to talk about the things that he's done and this and that. I don't give a fuck. I want to hear from the people that are doing it and are ready to talk about it. Because if you can't talk about it, I don't want to hear from you. Simple. Because you want to be humble and this and that. Definitely a balance.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you have to show off, but
Yeah.
be confident with the fuck you're doing. You know what I mean?
I mean,
know that you're
know
that you can do this better than some other people. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you're the best. Know that I can do this. I know that I can handle this money. I can handle this project. I can handle whatever is thrown at me because I have the experience and I've done everything I've needed to do up to this point to receive this opportunity and handle it correctly.
Yeah.
your confidence should be appropriate to your
Yes.
skill level and your talent.
That's what
Exactly.
that's what I was
Exactly.
thinking.
It's supposed to be
and that's
appropriate.
hard. That's hard
Yeah.
to say.
And I
It's
think
hard to do that.
for us too,
Talk,
like
talk yourself up a bit, right?
Always.
what helps with
Yeah.
for us is
Gotta fake
we
it.
we know what we're doing it for. Like I know that I need to be the best, not just for me, but for if the better I get, the better the community gets, right? Like
Yeah.
that's what we've been able to do with our careers is everything that we do, all our personal successes are linked to the community's success now. So that's why it doesn't need to feel like you're bragging or you're being selfish. It's I have to be
have to
be the person that can.
Mans
do
in
this
the city
because-
are so quiet.
yeah, because this community needs it, and like, yeah, this city needs it too. But like, we also know that Scarborough needs it too. Right?
Yes.
So it's just,
Yeah.
yeah. It's just I feel sometimes I feel bad for people who don't have like it's just the trade-off, I guess. We struggle so hard with getting here, but now we know why we're here, whereas people, they had an easier way of getting there, but now they don't know what they're doing it
Facts.
for, you know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you might not know that you're questioning that directly. Like, you might not even know that that's a question that's going on in your head. Like, why am I doing this? But I feel like that's the main reason for most people's doubt is like they don't know why they're doing this anyway, or they don't know what they need to get better for. You know?
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say something, but I forgot now, so I'm gonna just let it be.
Should we
was
do
good.
that smooth transition?
Yeah.
It was a good point too. What we'll do is for our smooth transition is we will talk about something else instead of the PlayStation at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Whatever you want.
Just going off of the back of everything that we have talked
Yeah.
about. Me personally,
Yeah.
I've been dealing, not personally, but I've been dealing with people as of recent, the last, I would say 2 weeks. That's been pissing me off. These guys know. It's-
Yeah.
And
I
it's
mean,
people that are clients, I should say, but I'm going to just say people that just aren't doing what they need to do to be successful at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And one of the things I wanted to talk about today was like sacrifices that you've made, other people have made. You guys already kind of talked about it, and I was going to roll off of that, but the conversation already went into grants and all this other shit. But you guys were just talking about how, yeah, mans are doing a shoot. You have to cut for India in a few hours. You know what I mean? A lot of other people that are in this and doing stuff aren't able to
Yo, you
make
know how
that a
many people
priority.
have told me,
Bro.
yo, I got an exam in the morning. I can't come out until 11 p.m.
And niggas are failing the exam, eh?
And
niggas didn't even study.
Yeah, and man's were shooting videos until 2 in the morning, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
That's
I
wild.
know Super Mario, right?
I know.
Yeah, man.
There's those people who really try to find those every little excuse not to do it.
Yeah,
You know
not
what
to
I
do
mean?
stuff.
It's just
And
I
it's
don't
annoying.
understand,
We've
like,
seen it. We've
that mentality.
seen so many people.
It's ridiculous.
I would say in the last year that have just done that, and it's like what it is for me personally. What I see it as is confidence. You don't have that much. You're not able to live up to your expectations.
Yeah.
But also it's just like not having your priorities straight as well. You know what I mean? Like for me personally, I don't mind sacrificing a lot of things, especially in my sleep, if it has to do with this. You know what I mean? If it's lost in nostalgia, if it's Triangle and Seed, if it's Kevin A, if it's anything any of my friends in the room want to do,
Yeah.
I'm making it a priority.
Yeah, like sleep is bullshit. Like you should be getting sleep. It's healthy. I get it, but let's be real. If you can't grind off like 4, 5, 6 hours of sleep and you need that 8, 9, like you're not gonna be successful because every successful person I fucking know gets like very little sleep. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna say I'll say
Like-
I agree with you for sure, but I'm gonna say fine. You could totally get your sleep, but what are you doing during the day? What are you doing
Yeah.
while you're awake? You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's right. I mean, even if you do the 8 hours of sleep, you still have a solid,
Yeah.
14 hours to actually do something
Yeah,
productive,
exactly.
right?
Exactly.
And then you shave off 5 hours because you watched Netflix and jerked
Exactly.
off and ate really long meals. I eat quick, yo. Like I take a 20-minute quick meal and I'm working again. yo. Like,
Ian
some people
eats
like to
while
put
we're
on a
still
bit-
at McDonald's ordering.
Yeah. Dude, I'm walking home and I'm eating the fries, yo, because I know I gotta work again. Maybe not, I mean, enjoy your meal. Enjoy your meals,
back
though.
to your point about
Enjoy your meals.
sacrifice, though. It's
Yeah.
like I don't
Sorry.
think that I think everyone has their tolerance for sleep, and whatever. But I think it's like a matter of sacrifice. It's like for me, yeah, I haven't had a lot of sleep this week.
Yeah.
Do I need more sleep? Yes.
Yeah. For sure.
But
Of course.
I think the idea is like, yes, when you average it out, sure, like you get the 8 hours a day, but you need to have enough self-control and dedication and ability to sacrifice for on a day-to-day basis to say, okay, I'm not going to sleep tonight because this needs to get done now.
Exactly.
I'll catch up on it later.
Yes.
And it's not the most healthiest thing in the world, like, yeah, but it's just that sacrifice where it's like, okay, you don't need to sleep 4 hours every night and like be this crazy workaholic, but you need to be able to work through the difficult times at the moment and then figure it out later.
Like there's been so many times where I'm up late doing an edit and I have to send it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like you got to get it done.
And you get it done. Or for example, you ever had those times where, and it's happened to me too, where I finish an export and I'm like sick. Let me just watch it over one more time.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, you see
There's a spelling mistake or this one little mistake.
Keyframe is off. Like
there's one little mistake and you just sat there for 2 hours waiting for your export to finish. And now you got to do it again. And it's 2 a.m., 3 a.m. And I have to be up because I need to send this email right after the export's done. You know what I mean? I feel like I've seen a lot of people just make excuses when it comes to crunch times, moments where, again, you have to be Kobe in the fourth. And mans don't want to do it because they want to rest or they have an exam to study for.
Yeah, or it was too early. I hate that shit.
Or that
Fuck,
too.
You mean you want me to come out at 8 a.m.?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the morning.
or even we can go job routes. Like they're not able to sort out their schedule for work. Let's say we booked a shoot a month in advance and we said, okay, this is our day. We need 3 days from you. They're not able to sort out what they need to do at work so that they're there. If that's their passion. You know what I mean? If that's something that they are interested in doing, I feel like you should be able to sort their shit out. You know what I mean? And show up when it's time to show up.
Yeah.
Like for the last today and yesterday, I was like, you know what? I don't have that much funds right now. I'm not trying to use my Presto. So I walked back and forth to work and to Ian's house.
Jeez, in the rain.
In the rain.
It was raining. see, the average person would have just took an Uber.
Yeah, an average person would have taken Uber,
you're
taking the L on the
rain?
funds.
Some
you know what I
people
mean?
don't even look at the bus and they're like, Uber.
But that's what I mean. Like
I got $5 in my
I'll
bank account,
I'll do simple shit like that because I'm like, you know what? I could save this for now. It's a 40-minute walk. I could do that. It's light. You know what I mean? Shit. So I'm doing that type of stuff just because I know that it'll help me in the long run. And you know, man's get to go on a nice walk, burn some calories, listen to some music,
get some sunlight or,
you know what I mean?
Clouds
get
or
some
whatever
mental,
it is.
get some mental time in. You know, just to think to yourself.
Reflect.
Just walk in the rain.
You know what
I
I
feel
mean?
like people don't walk enough. Like not even for the physical, for the mental.
Yeah, man. People aren't walking.
Yeah.
Bro, that's so crazy. I saw Kevin going on a walk one day.
Bro,
he was walking. I was like, yo, where are you going? Studio? He's like, no, I'm going on a walk. I was like, where are you going? He's like, no, I'm just going on a walk. I'm like, oh, that's
You're literally
crazy.
going on a walk with no destination.
That's so crazy.
I honestly haven't done that in a while.
That's
bro,
so nice,
once the weather gets a little bit nicer, I go on a walk.
Going on a walk to just go on a. Do you go to the backwoods? Like where you go?
Sometimes I walk around the neighborhood.
True.
Man used to walk.
Yeah.
We used to walk.
Yeah.
I used to, even if Kevin couldn't come out, Sampreeth couldn't come. Like fuck, I'll walk.
I used to walk. I used to walk my dog.
I used to walk to like
so
the
that's
new
a good
area and
excuse
then
to
like
walk.
back.
Yeah.
We have a dog walking it. That's good.
That's always
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
I feel like you can see most people who are walking their dog, they don't enjoy it. And I don't understand that. Because
I'd
every
love
time
to
I see
walk a
somebody
dog.
walking a dog, I'm like, yo, I wish I had a dog because it gives you an actual reason to walk around, you know? Like, I guess the picking up the shit is not like,
Yeah.
Because that's literally what you're
Mans
there
aren't
for.
even picking up shit
Yeah.
anyways.
A lot of people just don't like walking.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true too.
So
Yeah.
I think most of these people, I gotta do.
the worst,
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right. Anyways, that's some quick premiere talks. We were just talking about.
Yo, if you guys have any
sacrifices.
premiere questions, yo.
Yeah, hit us up with the premiere questions, yo. The final cuts and.
Mans needs to start using us as resources.
other.
Yeah.
Yeah, yo.
Yeah.
Just everybody in general just needs to
Use
ask-
me.
Yeah. People need to ask people more questions about things.
Yeah,
you know?
like I'll like most likely respond
Yeah.
if it's a DM or an email.
Yeah, so that's
There's
how
a contact
that's how we
email in the
work.
description. You can email that email.
You can email us, contact
and
at
I'll
Last
probably
in
respond within a day or two.
You can send the mandem a DM. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm not going to be a dick. Like, I'm going to reply if I have the time. And as long as your question is something that I feel like I can answer, then I'll answer it. And if I feel like I can't, maybe I'll direct you in the right way, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I do a lot of time. I don't know a lot of shit, but I know a lot of shit. I know a lot of random shit.
Where to find the answers.
Yeah. But people will be people, you know?
Sacrifice.
What do you know?
What do I know? What do I truly know?
About sacrifice?
I know a lot about sacrifices. I know a lot.
Are you sacrificing people?
I've sacrificed a few people.
We
have a whole 750.
Do we have anything else to say about that one, or where were you?
Yeah, I was gonna say 750 The Family Volume 2 is
It's a big sacrifice.
Yeah, maybe the hard
Big
yeah.
subliminal messages on that one that people won't understand because it's. But you have to think about what happened after that. You know what I mean? People don't think about that shit though. Just look at the 750, The Family Volume 2 Sacrifices mixtape cover.
Yeah.
Then look at the ones after that.
Do you notice?
Maybe run through the
different?
music.
Do you notice
You know
something
what I mean?
different?
Yeah. Anything else on sacrifices, guys? I just wanted to touch on that quick, just because I just recently Mans have just been irking me. So, anything else? I'm just asking.
No.
Before we
That's
move
good.
on.
That's good.
Good.
It's a tirade for another day.
Yeah, that's another day
Sure,
too.
we'll come up with
Were you gonna
another
say
one.
something? Kevin?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I feel like a lot of things, looking back, I realized that they're sacrifices, but in the moment, there's a lot of things where I just didn't even feel like a thought. You know, like where I other people might have thought about it, but then for us, I feel like we just
did it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like things about like the sleep conversation. Like, I'll get my sleep when I don't have anything to do, but if there's something to do, like there's no way I'm oversleeping. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Or just simple shit.
Yeah.
Just simple shit.
I think it goes back to like how you grew up.
I feel you.
And honestly, it's actually annoying because the older I get, the more I say older people shit. It's
I know
like
what you mean.
I'm starting to say, like, when I talk to like younger people, I'm like, yo, trust me, like, your education is important.
Yeah.
Which is so ridiculous. But I've been saying it more, and it's the same thing with like, discipline.
Yeah.
Like, like building it at a young age seems ridiculous because you're like, oh, I would rather be doing so many other things right now with my time.
Yep.
But if you build that discipline, it's like Kevin said, it doesn't become a chore. It's just like, no, I have to do this. This isn't a choice anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
I need to get this done. You know?
And again, Kevin touched on a good point. I feel like that's what it has been for us. Like, it's just like we've had ideas, we've had plans, and just acted on them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've always, even when it was earlier shit, like even back to Gen Squad days, you know what I mean? Like, I was always ready because I made sure Friday I have it off because I'm gonna be chilling in Kevin's basement working on Gen Squad shit. I don't care. I've always been like that. Once when we started the company and stuff like that, we needed some days free. I'm like, just tell me the days, and I'm there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll have it off. I'll make sure I book it off. We started doing the podcast. We're like, okay, let's add that onto our Wednesday. But now that means I'm over here now extra late. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not a problem. It's the podcast.
Yeah, Wednesday's like
Let's do it. Like,
Wednesday's a long day, man.
I'm not. It's not,
13
I'm not
hours.
stressed about it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sometimes, I don't want to be here too late and blah, 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 blah. But when you're in the moment, sometimes you're just like, what does it matter? You know what I mean? I'm here doing the pod. Like,
Something's
what we gotta do.
Exactly. Something's getting done. So that's why you can't feel bad about these things because we know we're getting something out of it.
Yeah.
I guess that's why we've never worried about that. You know, like it's never been a waste of time. So
exactly. And also being able to survive through the sacrifices that you've made and not give up on whatever you're pursuing is also very important as well because you're going to go through a lot of bullshit, whether that be in the arts community or business or your fucking retail job. Like, you're going to have to sacrifice certain things and make your priority and not make your priorities, but adjust your priorities depending on the needs of whatever it is that you are taking seriously. But yeah, that's another conversation we'll have for another day. Let's get back into it. PlayStation.
Okay.
I didn't
I was
know
gonna
this.
say I'm reading these things here, and that this would have been a nice transition.
Oh
but
fuck!
it's all good.
What's
yeah.
the transition?
Well, it's fine. No, not,
Yeah,
not,
he's
not
right.
the transition.
He's
we would have
right.
been able to transition into the other topic better. But we'll
He's
finish
fine.
this PS2.
I don't think we're gonna hit all these topics
Yeah.
today, and I don't want to because I kind of want content for the next episode.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
When we're lit, yeah.
Yeah.
And PlayStation talks need to happen because it's today. And then
Yeah,
if we're
this is trying to.
late, then
We're this is coming out this week, so
yeah.
No, I didn't know until today. I found out by a
PlayStation.
6 Buzz post.
20-year
years old.
anniversary. I saw it on Twitter.
Yeah,
And it was funny. It was like it was just a video clip of the PlayStation opening, you know, and they're like, "What was your favorite PlayStation game?"
God, there's so many though.
Exactly,
Bro, I don't know if this is facts, but I do know that like PlayStation had one of the biggest catalog of games ever.
Let's get the.
There's so many fucking
Well,
games.
because it was around from what 1990 or 2000 till
Yeah.
what 2007 was, or
It was a
2006 was when
long time.
like the next
There's
generation.
just so
came
many
out.
games.
Let's get to the real
PS2?
the meat. Yeah,
PS1.
PS2, two.
PS2,
It's just so crazy. You're telling me we were 6 years old?
bro.
When it came out, yeah.
That's crazy to
It's
me
just
too.
so-
Because I'm like, I remember playing so many different games and being older, and I
Yeah.
remember it like that was around the first time the PlayStation even came out. Like it's just weird. I don't know.
Well, I remember-
the times on the line at my house.
Yeah, your house at my house.
Your house.
How old were we? We were 6 years old.
That's wild. That's grade one.
Okay, grade. We were 5 years old. We were playing Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
So, and Super Nintendo was like, I didn't feel bad about playing Super Nintendo.
I think consoles maybe just had longer lifespans back then, or some shit. Because
I'm just trying to think.
You're
now
just
it's like
telling me
6-7
PS
years, and it's the new one, right?
I'm not, and I don't, and I know for a fact I never got my PS2 right away when it came out or anything like that. But I'm pretty sure we got that shit within the year. Like, it's just weird.
The Super
just
Nintendo.
Maybe it's
I
just
don't know
because
the
it was
year.
so long.
Yeah.
Just the longevity of that system was just
I don't know.
crazy.
Yeah,
PlayStation 2, greatest console of all time.
it's up there. I don't know about greatest, but
N64?
it's up there.
N64 is up there.
I think.
I feel like everybody just has their preference.
I think
Like, I'm a
for-
Super Nintendo man.
That's what I've.
Yeah.
Super Nintendo is my favorite.
But if you really looked at it on paper,
as a.
I mean,
I'll let him go.
this guy's
What's the standout?
Kevin had to
what is
adjust
the
his.
standout?
the 360 was
Stressing
hard.
him out,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, like
The
that's
360 was hard.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like I don't know what the
360.
standard is because for me, like I would say Super Nintendo just because my favorite games probably like by just by margin. I don't know. Yeah, just on percentage of like nostalgia
Those
and
games are classic. The ones
the
on
story.
Super
Yeah,
Nintendo, man.
yeah.
Halo
I don't know.
So
for Xbox just made it.
Halo, yeah.
Yeah, but
So what? I
think
remember
what you mean.
PS2 had so many to choose from.
Yeah.
PS2
But
just had the variety.
Yeah.
PS2
I
have a
nothing stands out
specialty,
to me,
you know,
though.
like a special franchise that it had. Like what were the exclusives?
Was God of War out that time, or was that PS3?
God of War. What are the?
PS. Yeah, PS.
I'm trying
God
to
of War
remember.
1 and 2. I think were on PS2.
Because I didn't really
Yeah.
play many of the exclusives. The only ones I can think of, God of War,
Ratchet and
and
Clank.
Clank,
Ratchet
yeah,
and
Gran Turismo?
Ratchet and Clank.
We used to
Gran Turismo.
remember we used to run the
PlayStation, yeah.
Ratchet and
Yeah.
Clank and the what was it the
Jack.
Dak and Jack.
Jack,
Yeah,
yeah.
Jack.
Yeah.
Jack, yeah.
Jack and Dax.
Prescott?
Yeah, Jack and Dak Prescott.
Jack
like
Dak.
Daxter.
Daxter.
Daxter. Yeah,
Jack and Daxter?
We used to run that at lunch.
Yeah.
I remember that game.
Yeah.
You like that?
Those
If you-
games were crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
man used to play fucking Dark Cloud.
Dark Cloud. Yeah.
Dark
Cloud.
was
That
crazy.
was
Dark
gonna say a
Cloud
lot
was
of Japanese
crazy.
RPGs were on the
Also,
console.
Kingdom Hearts was on there.
Kingdom Hearts, yeah.
Oh,
That's
exactly.
weird. That's,
How could I
see,
forget?
That's,
Kingdom Hearts,
yeah,
yeah.
that's the.
How could I
that's the
forget?
disappointment.
I was surprised you
So-
didn't say that. I thought you didn't play that. Oh.
Oh, bro, Kingdom Hearts
Nah,
is my
he was-
shit. These niggas know.
Yeah, he was on.
PS2
he
has
was
some
on that.
sick RPGs, man. Like
what I'm
there's
saying.
some really good RPGs on there.
Okay, now we're bringing it back. 'Cause I
Yeah.
remember it was hype. I just don't remember.
That's what I'm saying.
But that was it. It was the diversity of games. It wasn't the it wasn't necessarily
The
like the
single
because
title.
when I think 360, immediately I can think of like Halo,
Halo.
and I guess
Yeah.
it's just Halo. But
There's just, there-
But that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
you're
you think
thinking
to yourself
of the exclusives.
when you
Yeah,
really
yeah,
think
yeah.
about Xbox
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Halo and what else though? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, see, that's why Nintendo always stands out for me.
Gears of
Because
War.
it's so easy to think of the Nintendo games. off
But
top of
the
your head,
reason
you know?
why the Nintendo games are so easy to think about and I'm playing devil's advocate here. It's because they released the same fucking game.
Yeah.
They've been doing that since the beginning of
Yeah.
their shit.
But that's why Super Nintendo is our favorite
I
because
get
it was the first one.
You
right?
guys are not
Like,
mentioning the GameCube. The GameCube was
GameCube was
fucking
fucking
iconic
fire
as fuck.
too.
GameCube
yeah.
was fire. I feel like
GameCube's
GameCube
iconic.
is probably one of the most underrated,
Underrated.
consoles
Yeah,
of all time.
yeah.
Probably the most
Agreed.
underrated console of
I
all
played a
time.
lot of GameCube,
sure,
and
yeah.
I didn't even have one.
GameCube
We played a
was
lot of GameCube.
amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
GameCube was amazing. Super Smash. Controller was great.
Best
Controller's
controller for
sick.
Smash for sure. Yeah.
That
Come on, Melee,
that was a
and fucking
sick-
like Luigi's Mansion and Mario Sunshine.
Oh, Super Mario Sunshine.
All
that was
these
always
games
a
are
vibe,
great,
bro.
yo. Yeah, the Mario parties.
Mario Party, I was more of a 64. Yeah.
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 Yeah, see that's the problem. Like you can name favorite games for like every console, right? so like, it's hard to say which console. Yeah, I don't know which
Yeah.
console would be the best. Really,
PS2 was crazy too because that was the first system. Wait, maybe PS1 they were doing this, but bootlegging games and
Oh, that was yeah.
people would be
PS1
going
had
to,
it.
to Pacific Mall just picking up
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
PS1 had it, but I remember you had to have the specific PlayStation with like this chip in it from
Yeah.
Japan or something like that. And then I remember I had it, and I was so fucking happy. And then my dad just would fucking just get me games from Pacific Mall or his boy would like download them, and I had like I literally remember those CD books that you used to have back in the day. I had one full of just games.
That's crazy. That's too
Fucking
much power.
like Simpsons. What was it? The car one, the Dash one. Was it?
Oh, Road Rage or whatever.
Road Rage. Yeah.
Yeah.
At Simpsons Road Rage and shit. Like it was so fucking.
Wait,
I don't
sick.
even know why I remember
is that
that.
on PS2?
No, PlayStation.
I
Yeah, that's
guarantee
useless
you.
knowledge.
Yeah, I
Drop
guarantee
that.
you. I never even played that game.
You guys ever played that
I
game?
don't think so. Maybe
Never
a couple
played
of times.
Road
Yeah.
Rage?
Yeah.
Really?
Bro, that was a sick game. That was like
pick
the
people
first.
up and you drive them around. Is that how you?
It was some weird shit. I can't
like
remember.
Taxi.
It was almost like any other racing.
Yeah,
game.
Crazy Taxi. That was.
Or that's
Yeah.
another game.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
another game.
Yeah.
I think by far the games I played the most time was the Grand Theft Auto series on PlayStation.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
Grand Theft Auto series,
Oh,
Vice,
yeah, GTA.
Vice City, and San
GTA is
Andreas.
classic.
That's
Those
probably
games
most time
were
spent.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those games were crazy.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know people that play. Maybe like do people play those games on Xbox? Yo, man,
But that's what I'm saying. Did they have those things on other Did they have GTA on?
they had GTA on Xbox.
Xbox, but they had it on the original Xbox or Xbox.
I only knew one man with
360.
a.
I don't think
so,
they
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
But that's what Did
no,
they?
they did. Did you have
They
the
did?
Xbox original?
Yeah.
You had the original Xbox?
No.
I didn't know. I
Which
only know
no, but
one
they probably
man
had.
with original
They probably
Xbox.
had on
Yeah.
360. They had
Yeah.
It's fucking
GTA.
huge, bro. It's like
But they didn't have it on the
big-ass-
first
this
one.
Big ass
Yeah.
box, yo. Literally.
I had the first Xbox. It was great. I loved
It's
it.
huge.
Yeah.
I would say the original. I feel like why PS2 might be so up there is because it made Xbox and GameCube feel so underrated now, right? Because it dominated that era for sure. Right?
Yeah, for sure. Because how I like to look at it, it's like so you had like your 64, and then after that, PlayStation was on PS2 was on top, and then after that, Xbox 360 was on top because they
Yeah.
were really fucking doing their shit.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's
Yeah.
kind of just all
Yeah.
went together.
I'll like the Xbox was Microsoft's first console, I
Yeah.
do believe. So I'll give it to them. They weren't there yet, you know. They were new in the game at that time. This was the second they were competing with the PlayStation 2, and Nintendo has been making moves forever, right? So they're already established.
Yeah.
So Xbox was kind of new. So I feel like, you know, they weren't on the same playing field. But then when the 360, you're right.
The Xbox did come
then
with
they
the heat,
killed
though,
it.
when they first
Minus, I mean, even with the whole Red Ring of Death bullshit,
Yeah.
they still were on top of that shit.
Yeah,
'Cause
for
that was a
sure.
problem when that console
Yeah.
came out. I don't know if you guys got the Red Rings of Death. I never
man,
did.
We've all
Luckily.
dealt with that shit.
Yeah,
bro.
but like luckily I never dealt with it because I think I didn't get a 360 till a couple years after. I think
after
they
the
fixed
fact.
that problem. Yeah, I didn't get it right. I think the 360 came out 07 or
Bro, it
06.
didn't actually murder your thing after.
Yeah,
You could fix it.
it
yeah,
wouldn't.
you could fix it after.
It was
a
an
while.
overheating problem, right? I think.
Yeah, I still have.
There were so many videos on YouTube on how to
We
overcome
went
it and shit.
at my dad's place. We went through so many 360s.
Yeah,
We have one now, still to this day though, at my sister plays.
yeah.
And she's like running like old 2K on that shit, like an NHL. And
The
shit like
360
that.
still does feel fun to play though.
Yeah, it is.
Straight
I
up.
think it is one of my favorite consoles.
I have it. It's right on the floor where we.
One of my and it's
see it,
one of
right?
my favorite controllers.
Yeah.
Next to like the GameCube.
Yeah.
I think Xbox
You know what's
360
funny when I
controller's
think
great.
about it, like the PS2 controller I loved, the GameCube controller. Like when you think about the controllers that like dominated each era, like it's part of it is like, I guess it's just the whole presentation. Like it has to be everything killing it. Like the PS2 had everything.
Yeah.
The 360 had everything. You know?
Yeah.
Even the Super Nintendo, the N64, they had the whole package, right?
Yeah, exactly.
If you feel like one thing is kind of off, then that's kind of what like would turn like the Wii. I guess the Wii was popular, but I don't know. Like I feel like when I think back about the Wii, like that was probably one of my least favorite consoles if I were to rank all of them. You know.
What's the Wii like?
The Wii sold crazy when it came
Yeah.
out. Believe it or
The
not,
Wii.
But that if I think about the games on that game,
I
that one,
think
like
people got fed up with it.
Yeah.
I think people
Man
got fed up
started
with
using
that.
the GameCube controller.
That's what I'm saying, yeah, I
because
think-
none of those games had replay value because I'm not trying to play a fucking game again where I'm swinging my arm around. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Where like
Yeah.
I've played other Zelda games like multiple times with the one like what was it, Twilight Princess, right? Like I only played that once because I'm not trying to fucking swing my sword for.
I'm
There's
not,
that
trying to be
fucking
I'm not trying to be standing by myself in a room.
Yeah. Remember
Swinging
there was
a
that one
plastic
time
controller around.
when that console came out, everyone was playing fucking Wii Sports, man, in everyone's fucking living room.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my god.
But that's what Nintendo has done consistently.
Yeah.
They've always come with cool, innovative ideas.
yeah, there's like I swear everyone.
Because now you
that
have the
first
Switch,
year,
you have the
everyone was playing
Nintendo
Wii, let's play some
DS.
bowling,
They always
yo.
had hard shit.
Yeah.
They've always come with
Get a
really
turkey.
innovative ideas to try and push and try and change the whole way
Yeah.
that you play video games.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate, but they haven't really like nailed it yet.
No, they haven't, and then the other consoles are doing it better because now you have the VR stuff, and that like
That still isn't being fully utilized, but
yeah, it's a niche.
I'm really curious about it. Like,
It's
Xbox Connect,
not the niche people who fuck
that
with
lasted
it.
how long?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
actually
the
don't do that.
PlayStation VR is really good though. I've done it. It's pretty good.
But I'm like,
It's expensive. That's the only
It
thing.
was
So a
that
lot of people
old,
just aren't buying
It was
it.
that old argument we had before any of this was happening. This podcast business and shit was happening. Was how far is VR really gonna go compared to AR? You know
I
what
think
mean?
VR is gonna go, but it's really far from now. It's not in any relevant future. Like I feel like another 10 years at least before we start seeing some
Yeah, I
cool
don't-
stuff from VR.
Yeah. The other thing with VR for me too, especially with video games, is like I feel like those are two different experiences. Like video games as we know it, and like VR. Like I feel like they're not. It's not gonna feel like you can't play a VR game and feel like you're playing a Super Nintendo game, for example.
exactly.
You know, but you
Oh,
can.
and for the people that don't know, VR, virtual reality, and AR, augmented reality.
Yeah. And yeah, we don't have any examples. Just go look that up for yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
VR, you wear this shit
Actually,
on
we
your
do-
face, and then
we do have examples
we
on
do.
our Vimeo of it.
and then
So crazy.
AR. Think about like Pokemon Go.
Oculus Rift.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oculus Rift. Just look that up.
Yeah, it's in the definition. Like it takes reality and it augments it. Like you can see things in different ways,
Yeah.
but it's still reality. Whereas virtual is completely in the virtual realm. I don't remember my
virtual realm.
my point is like with with the consoles we still have right now, there's still the console feel, which is a
Yeah.
completely different experience. I feel like VR. I feel like that's why things like Wii Sports Connect, they didn't connect. As much maybe, and once it does become like a fully immersive experience, like that'll be cool, but I feel like we'll be of that generation we'll be sound like old heads where we're like, you guys don't know about the Super Nintendo, and it'll feel like off, but whereas the kids growing up now, I guess that's what they're gonna grow up into, where VR is the thing. But
Facts.
You gotta keep that and
yeah, oh yeah,
the younger kids.
that's the point too.
10 years
That's
from
the
now.
point
10
too
years
about
from
Super
now.
Nintendo. So it's like my PS2 broke down.
These last.
Don't know about my 360, but yeah, that still works
We
fine.
were talking about that
Yeah.
These all
briefly. The
last.
cartridges, they fucking last forever.
Yeah.
You just gotta blow on them, you're good.
That's
That's it, yo.
We play Super Nintendo. I'll still crush a Super Nintendo game.
Yeah.
Does that mean like the generation, whatever, 10 years younger than us is thinking the same way about PS2?
I don't
think so.
I don't think so at all.
Yeah.
I don't think so really.
Yeah, they didn't grow up with the same nostalgia for PS2 as we did with Super
know.
Nintendo.
And that's the weird thing about us being born when we were born. I feel like people, I don't want to say millennials, but if you will, millennials, we're kind of like born in this weird time where, again, we know we have a lot of nostalgia for old timey things.
We were
that
born in the
are-
transition.
Yeah, we're born right in the
'Cause
transitionary
The first console I
phase.
got was when 3D consoles were just starting. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They were
Meanwhile,
only a couple years old.
like what was the first? What
right?
was the first like gaming thing other than Ian? Because we already know. But what was like your first gaming thing that you got? Whether that be a Game Boy or a console, or what was your first one?
Well, like that Super Nintendo is older than me, but the first thing I got was a Game Boy, color. But
Game
the
Boy
first,
Color.
one of the first experience I remember was playing like the Game Boy. At, like, my
and I got a
babysitter's.
Game Boy.
Yeah.
I had a Game Boy. That was my first like thing that I played. I got a Game Boy. I also had my cousin's old Sega, and I played Sonic like all the fucking time. That was it.
First game I think the first video game I ever played, it's random, it's a Spider-Man on PS1.
Oh, that was good.
That game was crazy.
That was the first video game I
Remember
ever
that?
played.
Remember that
I'm
mission
pretty
where you
sure
had
that
to
was-
crawl on the ceiling over the guards to have all the
Yeah.
people hostage?
Yeah.
My favorite mission.
Yeah, you fight, and then like you gotta like I think the first mission you have to like stop a bomb or some shit.
Yeah.
And then like you fight all the Venom. Carnage was in that game.
Yeah, that was a good
Venom
game.
is in
That was a
game.
really good fucking game.
And that was cool. That was my first game, I think.
How
I have
about
it. I still
you,
have it. I
Sampreeth?
still have it.
Bro, that
I'll
shit-
show you it
That
next
shit will
time.
make me cry, yo. So me just thinking about it.
Calm down.
That's so crazy.
This guy's tearing up, yo.
Yeah, no, because I remember my mom bought me one of those, it's those like isolated systems. Like it was like just basically a controller with like a wheel on the side. It was like a
Yes.
racing car game. But I remember her being like, "Yo, this shit's too expensive," but it was like $5. Like
Yeah.
Shit.
it wasn't, but
Really?
and then I remember like because like that was when we just moved to Canada, and so like my brother was like basically like taking care of me mostly because my parents weren't home or whatever. And I remember we went to like the local park, and we used to play kickball with like all the people, like right on Sherburne Street where it is right now, like just downstairs from the apartment. And like mans were playing kickball, and I was like too little to play, so I was just staring at this. And we're talking about discipline, like I was staring at this thing in the plastic, and I just like no one would let me open it until I got home. I'm just
Jeez.
like, yo, I'm trying to get in this racing game right
Yeah.
now. Like
That
it's
jokes.
crazy, but
That jokes.
yeah, I crushed that game.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah,
And it was like one of those simple ass ones. Like there's literally only 3 spots your car can go on the screen. You just like press
That's
left, it
wild.
goes left. It's like,
You know what I found one time in my garage? I think it was my garage. I found a handheld Sega.
oh,
Yeah, I remember that. I remember you
remember
pulled
that?
it out. Yeah.
Yeah, I had the handheld Sega. I found it, and I found a bunch of games and shit with it. I don't know whose it was because I asked my cousin. He was like, I don't know what the fuck that is. He's like, I've never even seen that.
that's crazy.
That's sick.
And
Yeah.
I was just playing that. That shit was crazy because then you get to play. I was playing Sonic now in my room when I wasn't supposed to be playing games. Like
Yeah.
that was like my first experience playing games outside of my Game Boy because you couldn't play your Game Boy in the dark.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But the
yeah,
Sega
yeah.
had the lit up screen. So I was
Really?
playing that. Yeah, I had the lit up
Yeah.
screen, so I would play that in my
Why
room.
didn't they
I
put a
remember when the
fucking
Game Boy.
backlight on
Yeah,
that
remember
shit.
the SP came out with the backlight.
Yo, the
That was
SP, that was
revolutionary.
like
changed the game.
when
yeah.
the SP came out, that shit changed the game, bro.
Yeah.
Yo,
that
that
shit
was like the best
wild.
invention of all time.
I had an
you know?
advance, and when I saw that shit come out, I was like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and I got the SP, of course I did. You know, like the
I had
next
the
next year. So
I had the
I have a red
the
one.
cartridges. Remember with SpongeBob?
I had a red
the,
one.
the show.
Yeah.
I used to watch that in my room when I couldn't sleep. Yo, I had it on my SP, folded on right beside me.
That's where I got that. That's
And I
where
would
got
watch
that
them.
SpongeBob for your birthday. I
Yeah,
forgot that,
did you?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yo, that shit, that kid came clutch. Thank you, bro. I used to watch that shit, yo. I'm like, yo,
what's
It's like a TV. Yo, it was,
it was
a TV.
like a TV.
It was the hottest thing ever. Yeah.
Yo, that shit was crazy.
well, I was gonna ask what about we're talking about handhelds real quick. What's your favorite handheld?
My favorite handheld, my pocket. No, I'm just talking.
Yeah, I had a feeling something like that was coming. 'Cause
No,
the question was odd.
Favorite handheld was honestly, I would say this is my favorite Nintendo device is the DS.
I was gonna say the DS. I thought maybe you wouldn't have said it.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
DS.
DS
What was it? The
is-
Light, whatever it was.
The DS might actually be probably one of the best handhelds.
I think
of all
it's
time.
it's
Like,
up there.
like,
It's
that
it's a
touch
really
screen just
really good handheld.
took over.
Other than that, I'd probably say SP.
Just the idea of like 2 screens and then it's like not 2 games, but you have that extra element where you can
Yeah.
do those extra.
I remember.
things
I
with the
thought it
stylus.
was. I thought it was whack when it came out.
thought it was whack?
Yeah. But
I
then
thought
when
I thought the concept of it was stupid,
But
and
then
then I
when
got
it
one.
I was like, okay,
It
true.
was
Yeah.
one that
Yeah,
that console had a long lifespan that they came up with
Yeah.
newer editions, right?
yeah. That
Like,
was
fuck, that shit was out for like a
that was one of
decade
my
almost.
more.
Like,
They're still
favorite
making games
like,
for it.
I know.
Just saying the PSP.
Yo, we got you a DS.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
never had it. I've never had it.
That's crazy.
I've always-
You are right. No, Zach's
That's
right.
Crazy man's had money like that. In
I had a
high school.
PSP as well.
Zach's
I had
right. The
both.
PSP.
I have both.
Yeah,
but-
I was gonna bring up the PSP.
Well,
yeah.
I just
But
like Nintendo.
I would say it's
PSP
underrated.
is
I wouldn't say
underrated.
yeah, I wouldn't say it's my favorite.
I don't
I'd
know
say
It was
why.
ahead of its time.
Yeah,
It wasn't
yeah.
my favorite because I never had one.
Yeah.
When I played it, I'm like,
The PSPs, I had both, but I just prefer Nintendo on handheld. I don't know why.
No, I feel you.
I think Nintendo built games better for handheld.
The PSP was definitely ahead of its time, though.
But it
That
was
was
cool. Like I
luxury.
had Grand
That was
Theft
luxury,
Auto.
yeah.
I had Grand Theft Auto on PSP.
Same. I had Grand
So
Theft
that's
Auto.
portable Grand Theft Auto, which was pretty sick.
But the thing with the PSP, it was dangerous as a kid, yo.
Yeah.
I hate
Why?
to get into these topics because I had the internet now.
Yeah.
In my hands. This is
Yeah.
before a phone, you know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
you had your phone, but it was just a flip
Or
phone.
did you watch porn on it?
Bro, of course. I was running the pornos because you can download them.
I'm not gonna lie. I had
Not
I
gonna
think I
lie.
did watch something.
Something.
And that might have been one of my first experiences too on there. I don't remember what it was.
Don't fucking
I think it might have
kill
just
me.
been pictures at that time.
Oh, you're into
That was
pictures.
no, I was just too. I was just too.
DEWBS.
I was just too scared.
B00.
No, when I was that young, I was genuinely kind of scared to like go on those sites.
Yeah, I feel
I was
you.
actually scared my parents would find out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I never felt any ways about that.
That shit was out for like 12 years, and you guys were still playing it.
What?
Super
Yeah.
Nintendo.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like consoles back then just had a longer lifespan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
now they have like 6-7 years, and you're on the next gen, right? Mm-hmm. So
Exactly.
that's just
Well,
what I
yeah. Well,
noticed.
PS3 came out in 2007, and the PS4 came out in what, like 2014?
I want to say
13?
14. I want to say. I want to say 14, maybe 13.
And then the next one, I guess the same amount of time passes. It just feels like
I will.
less impact. I don't know.
I will say I feel like my very first own console, I consider my PS3. Just because
You had to share it with other people.
I didn't have to. Yeah, I didn't have to share it. You know what I mean?
before
yeah,
you did, yeah.
Before I was sharing.
I'm an only
before it was
child,
like
so-
it was like hand me downs of stuff. You know what I mean?
don't.
It was never anything that was like purchased
Yeah,
for me or something that I
Yeah.
purchased. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
let's say my PS3 was like the first console that I was like, yeah, this is mine. You know what I mean? My cocaine white. PS3
Cocaine white.
or not PS3? Did I say PS3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, PS4. Yeah.
Oh, you meant PS4 this whole time?
Yeah, PS4.
Oh,
my
then
bad.
that's recent then.
Yeah, it's mad recent.
A few years ago.
Yeah, it was like my first console that I had for me.
Yeah, yeah.
That I didn't have to like that it wasn't handed me down or anything like that. I never had a PS3.
Not too many people
So
have
you were on a
PS3.
360.
I was a 360 man. I didn't have
was
to,
I.
and I never had to buy one because I just came here. And if I went to my dad's house, he already had one, so it was just like, whatever.
I played a disgusting amount of fucking it's 360,
You sick fuck.
like 12 hours a day type shit. Like I was wild.
Yeah, no, I know those days.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta go through that, you know.
yeah.
Sometimes you gotta go through
Stupid.
that. Yo.
Max
One of my
Prestige
the
on
worst
COD.
things that ever happened to me though when I was younger was I had what game was it? It was one of the Legend of Zelda's games, and my cousin decided to play it while I wasn't home and deleted all my shit. I've never wanted to choke somebody.
What happened? Someone deleted your shit?
Yeah, in Legends of Zelda, I can't remember which one it was.
Oh, you don't know
It
who?
was my cousin. I'm gonna call him
on
out.
accident?
Jelani.
What the hell, bro?
This guy's going to Ryerson and everything now, but back in the day, yo, that kid was an asshole. Yo. He deleted my shit, yo, while I wasn't home. It's fine if I'm there. It's not even fine if I'm there, but at least I handed it to you. I wasn't home, you know, just to come home and find out your shit's gone.
Yeah.
That's a heartbreaker, yo.
Especially because that was life. Like that
Yeah.
was you would go to school preparing your mind to go home
To
and
go home
beat
and play some
beat
shit.
that dungeon or you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's what I'm saying. And I
can't-
spent so much time on that. I remember I played for months and months,
Yeah.
maybe even almost years.
Yeah.
Because the game was just so hard. It was so hard, and I was just like,
stuck at a spot. And
yeah, and then you put it down for a little bit.
You gotta stop for like 6 months.
Yeah,
Like, I don't want to play this. It's traumatizing.
And then you finally figure it out after a few months. Like, okay, sick. And I was a man to go and try to get everything in the game. You know, I'm trying to complete the game 100%. So I'm getting doing all the little missions or going into the little dungeons and getting all the little extra shits.
Yeah.
Gone.
That's another thing. Like what we were experiencing with that. Now everyone is just gonna look it up on how to do it online.
Yeah,
Like if I get stuck, I have no
Yeah.
patience with story games now. Like right now,
Oh,
like
yeah.
if I get stuck for more than 5 minutes, I'm fucking. How do I
Yeah.
get past this part? YouTube
After that experience,
yo, I don't even care.
After that experience, I started buying those fucking books, the fucking manual books,
Those
the
are so
walkthroughs.
sick.
This,
I love those.
The what are those?
The
Books
game
called?
What are they
walkthroughs.
called? What are they
The
called?
walkthroughs.
There's a name for them.
Power. No, that's Nintendo Power.
No, you're thinking Nintendo Power. It's just a
review-
strategy guide.
No,
I feel like there's
Okay,
another
there's
well-
a
word for
specific
the
name.
Game guide. Yeah, something guide
Game-
though.
something-
Yeah.
Game guides.
Something like that. Yeah.
Some shit. I had a Pokemon one,
Yeah,
which was
those
so
were
helpful.
crazy.
I had
They
one for
the
Kingdom
Pokemon
Hearts.
one was
everything.
crazy because it would tell you all the stats about the Pokemon and
Yeah.
everything.
Those
Yeah.
are sick. Those are what I loved. I had the one for Kingdom Hearts, and I started getting them for other little games that I had until I didn't really care anymore. But the one for Kingdom Hearts, especially, that one was like just amazing because it's just like it gives you all the information on the characters, like you guys are saying. Yo, Donald Duck could do this. You know, like strategy guide. Was it strategy guide?
Didn't I say that?
Yo, we used to roast Jamyle.
No, I
so-
said strategy guide. I said
You're
strategy.
hyping up Donald Duck. Like
These guys used to roast me, yo. Whenever I was playing Kingdom Hearts, they'd be like, "Yo, you guys need to play Kingdom Hearts." Like, yo, get that shit out of here, yo.
Donald Duck.
bro, like you're hyping up Goofy.
You guys are asleep, bro. Yo, you guys
playing
are
that
asleep. Yo, no, Mickey Mouse was the nastiest in that game, bro.
and your main character is just walking around with a key in his hand.
A key blade, all right, you know. Nah, man, Kingdom Hearts is amazing, you know.
Who's the villain in Kingdom Hearts? There's Sora, who's the main guy, but
It's a few. There's a few. Who's the main
in the
one?
in the first one, he has like white hair or something.
Sephiroth.
No, man, that's Final Fantasy.
That's Final Fantasy.
No, but he's in that game
Oh yeah,
because they're in that game. Remember, it's all Final
but
Fantasy
it's like
characters.
his childhood, like the girls.
Oh,
and-
Riku.
Yeah, that guy's
Riku's
That guy's
nasty.
sick.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
Riku's nasty.
Anyway, it's crazy. It's kind of wild that, like, when you're that young, literally, like, the progress in your game is like the only measure of like any progress you've had in life.
Yeah,
Literally,
facts.
like,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
one.
Facts.
That's
Yeah.
actually true. I used to brag about where I was at in a game or whatever.
Yeah,
and
man.
That's kind of like
It's because all you have
That was your
when you're
stats.
6-year-old or whatever it is, 8
Yeah.
or whatever.
yeah,
but,
yeah.
like, yeah,
That was your
I'm
stats. So
67%
what game you're
through.
playing right
Yo,
now?
up to grade. I remember in grade 9, I did a project where you had to like, it was like for computer class, you had to like make a Wikipedia page, and like in my achievements section, I said I beat Guitar Hero on expert, like, and I was like, yo, I will stand by
serious.
that,
That's
and that
serious
realistically, that's still probably in my top 10 like achievements still now, but like, yeah, like that was even as a 14-year-old, like that is like,
I always tell mans, yo, we did the endless set list. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
that's
what,
no joke. Yeah.
I don't know what you were doing. We did the endless set list. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, mans had to book off a whole day
Yeah.
to go play a fucking game. Like, man, I remember I was at my dad's house and I'm like, yo, you need to drop me a
Yeah.
text. By this time, we have plans, yo.
It's the endless set list.
The endless set list. And then he came here and he's like, yo, what are you guys doing? And I told him, like, yo, we're playing the endless set list. And he had to ask Kevin. He's like, yo, are there girls here? Like, and he's like, nah, bro.
So drugs, like, yo, bro.
Yeah, he's like, there's no drugs. What are you guys doing? Kevin's like, yo, we're just playing the endless set list. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. And that's all we did, yo. It's crazy. Crazy times, yo. Oh, fuck. But, yeah.
We're gonna wrap it up here.
Yeah, no, let's wrap it up. Good talks for the day, boys. Thanks again, Sampreeth, for pulling up. We know you're tired, but we appreciate
Yeah, it's 1 a.m. right now. Shit.
you sacrificing your sleep for us
Thanks, man.
because you're here for the mandem. You know what I mean? So we appreciate
This
that.
is fun.
It is, you know?
Yeah.
It is.
That's why we do it every Wednesday.
Exactly. Every Wednesday
fun.
here at the spot. But yeah, this is the Lost and Talks podcast. Thank you for listening. Is there anything important to say? I don't think so, right?
No, hope you guys and yeah, go on.
Oh, next pod's gonna be lit.
yeah.
Episode 24. We're bringing the bottles out
We're gonna be doing things a little differently next
a
week.
little differently.
Yeah.
Ian's not driving.
A little more loose, a little more. Who might be have to censor some shit.
Censor some shit.
Who
I don't
knows
know
what's
what
gonna
we're
happen.
doing, you know? But yeah, next pod's gonna be lit. So when you're listening to the next pod, make sure you got a bottle or a Swift or your Addies. I don't know. Whatever you're taking, have it in hand and be prepared. I'm not gonna promote drug use, but
Turn
I'm
up
not
with
gonna-
us.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
judge you though.
Yeah, because we're obviously you're gonna see us. So
Yeah, you're gonna see us fucked up. So you're gonna see us fucked up or listen to us fucked up. So feel free to join in as you listen to the pod next week. Is gonna be a very fun, very good time. We didn't even go through all of our topics today because we just ended up just talking.
yeah.
So
Video
we're just
game
gonna
talk.
recycle, bring them back next week, and
Yep.
anything that works for next week,
Yeah.
we're gonna do.
I did want like because we won't in case
Oh, yeah,
Sampreeth
go
is
ahead.
gonna be here next week. We just wanted. I do want to hear this question. If you weren't an artist, what would you do?
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
one of the things.
Because we might as well. We'll start with this next week anyway. So
Okay, yeah. So Sampreeth,
Yeah.
you do it, and we're not gonna answer.
yeah.
Give me some time to think.
Yeah.
Put this
I
man
thought
on the spot.
I
like,
was home free.
Yeah.
he's like, I'm done.
Off the top of my head, I'm pretty sure I can come up with a good one if I had time. But for now, I think it would be really cool to be like an architect.
Okay, I fuck with that.
Does that count though? It's like still artistic.
No, that's fine. It's something outside of the field that you're
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
in now.
Yeah.
That's- that's
see,
a different
yeah.
world.
I feel like for us, it's hard because we do a lot of things.
Yeah.
So
So I have to pick something outside of that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. That's gonna be hard.
Like
But
I
that
will,
is- that
I
is
will
out-
one day build a house. Like
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
I will
Facts.
do that.
Same. I would like
Yeah.
to. I would like to build my own home.
Yeah.
And
It
that's-
would be
that's a goal
crazy.
of
Just
mine.
Yeah.
so many. Just
and the
I
thing
mean,
too
yeah.
is things like that is like we already know that Mandem are down to like literally help build the house.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
man.
It's just you have another different sense of appreciation for the place you're in,
Exactly.
and then you
Yeah,
can cater it
yeah.
to your.
Every
whatever
time I
feng
think about
shui.
houses like this, I'm just like, I love this house, but you know, like the street.
That's
these
what I
streets,
don't
you know,
understand is
yeah,
like people spend whatever, like because my parents were telling me up near Staines or whatever, like the houses up there are like 1.5 mil now, and it's like they're big houses, but it's no different than this house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The walls
Yeah.
are the same. Like everything
When you
is
go
the
inside,
same.
yeah, when you go inside, yeah.
There's nothing special. There's no interesting character. There's nothing. So when I'm talking to my parents, I'm like, yo, like, whatever, whether it's investment or whatever, it's just like, yo, that's a lot of money. Like, you're going to spend your entire life's savings on something like,
Essentially,
is this it?
an overpriced house.
This is,
Yeah.
there's no creativity. There's
Exactly.
nothing special. There's nothing that makes you stand out. There's just literally more space on the ground.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm like, no, if I'm building a house, there's going to be X, Y, and Z. I'm going to have a tree here.
Especially,
and it's gonna
and when you think
brighten
about
up
like how much
everything.
space you need, it's not a lot. Like I've thought about that too, where it's just like I want to build my house because I don't want some. It's like it's like the simple. Like I don't like people taking out my food because I know
Yeah.
how much food I want.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's like
Yeah,
that same
yeah.
philosophy. It's like I know how much space I need. I know where I'd want things to be. You know, like we've been doing this. We've been building our own houses and video games since the beginning of time, right? So like,
Fucking Dark Cloud, yo.
yeah.
No, but yeah, no, I fuck with that. I could see you being good at putting in a nasty like hardwood flooring. I feel like you'd be very talented at that. Yeah.
Yo,
Just give Sampreeth, give him like 6 hours. He'll have the whole house decked out.
Done it.
Yeah.
that would be so nice.
Or a carpet, yo. I can see you with a nasty carpet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, even just the shapes of houses and like
Yes.
windows and just kind of throwing you off.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
making you feel like I love a good attic room where it's like just a triangle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes you
yeah.
feel away.
Yeah, man.
So,
I always wanted my room to be in the
I
attic.
know. Oh my
I
god.
always dreamed of that. And then I went in there. That's just disgusting. It's not like you think it is when you're a kid, yo. It's like
I have an attic. in
clearly
my
this
house.
wasn't built for living in.
A used one, or
There's an attic in my house, but you will fall through the floor. You fall
Yeah,
through
that's
the
what
ceiling.
that's what I mean.
same,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I mean. Like,
It's not
and,
actually
meant-
and
living
at my old
Yeah.
place, we found out we had a bunch of mice up in there. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not for me.
Yeah, I remember like when we just moved into this house, my dad's like, "Yo, come, I'll show you the attic." I'm like, "Yes."
Yeah.
And I look, I'm like, "What?"
Nah.
Yeah, you get excited. You hear the attic. You're
Yeah.
like, sick. I'm gonna see these stairs coming
Yeah.
down. I'm gonna walk up.
That's
them
only
and
in
then-
old houses.
Yeah.
Nope.
That's only
Yeah.
in old houses. Yeah.
But that's something I would like to
But-
implement into my own. You know what I mean?
They don't do that anymore.
And like even like Sampreeth was saying, shapes, the shape of
Yeah.
the house. I want to have even like cool, just like windows and
Yeah. Yeah,
shit
man.
like that. I want a nice section in the middle of my house where it's
Stained glass.
outside. I want the middle of it to be outside.
That's what I mean with the
Yeah.
courtyard in the
Courtyard,
house.
yeah.
In the house.
Yeah.
You know what I
You're
mean?
just staring into wilderness, like
Yeah.
in your own space.
in your own
It's
space.
It's crazy.
Yeah, like how literally every like campus or like museum or whatever is
Yeah.
built where you have
Yeah.
the middle section. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's sick.
Yeah, that's what I've always wanted.
Yeah.
And I'll talk about other things I want off pod because I don't want to expose mans to the,
Yeah.
what's really popping. Me and Zach talked about a little bit about it, but anyways.
Some things can't be revealed.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, yeah. Thanks again, Sampreeth, for pulling up. We appreciate it. And thank you for letting us know about your future house endeavors. And we hope everything works out for you.
It's a guarantee.
Yeah, man. I know.
Cut.
But,
Yeah. That's the problem with this is because when we turn the cameras off, it's just gonna be the exact same thing we're doing right now. So that's why we
Yeah.
can't stop because
This is
we're not stopping anything.
exactly. He's just trying to cut.
Yeah.
Cut. We're done now. We're done now.
I'm cutting it there.
We are done now.